Worst 3 stream started. Hello there.
Hello. Hi. So, I've been working on the ocarina and it's not currently functional. Yeah. I still need to figure some stuff out. It's getting there. It's getting there. I will figure it out eventually. Yes. I was not expecting it to be this hard. Well, they just that each note is like such a small, like, sound sample that it makes it so sometimes it like cuts out. Maybe it's because the file is like not kept in memory all the time, so it has to load it and unload it from memory, right? And that's what happens, what causes the like hiccups, right? I will figure it out eventually. Yes. Another thing that I was like thinking about is the story of the game, right? And I realize for the next game, how do I put this? Huh. I don't know how to tell the story. Hello, Dizet. Hello. Welcome, welcome. E. Indeed. Huh. So, I want this story to have a very specific tone, right? But I feel like I need something to like contrast it to, right? And I don't know how to do it. Huh. And it had me like thinking about what would my character classify as? Because think about it. What would you like qualify me as? If I'm basically just, well, from my point of view, it's like I'm a villain that will do anything for revenge, right? Mexican? That's a different kind of thing. So, but I'm not like actively like seeking to destroy like people. Like, I'm not going out of my way to do evil, right? I do evil when I don't see like any other way. But it doesn't stop me, right? Knowing that something I'm going to do is like not really justified. And that's something like really confuses me also. The fact that I know what I'm doing is evil makes me more evil or less evil when I actually do it. like, I know I'm like consciously doing evil, right? As a difference as someone who thinks is doing the right thing. I know for a fact I'm doing the wrong thing, right? But I still do it. Does that make me like more evil or less evil? Sounds like an edgelord? Yeah. In that like age, I kinda was. But to tell the story, I want to tell the story. Actions are greater than intentions? So you mean the act of doing is more relevant than the intention behind them? So it's more about the fact that I actually do them? Not so much about what intentions I had to when I actually did it? Huh. Unintentionally ending someone is less bad than intentionally. Okay, but how about if the character kills someone believing is the right thing to do against a character that kills someone knowing is not the right thing to do? Yeah, I suppose when you think about it legally, it does make a difference. Huh. Huh. Well, I suppose that would make me even more evil than I thought it was. Hmm. But how do I tell that tale? The more I think about it, the more confused I am. I'm like, I want a specific like experience, right? I want to show this in a very specific way, right? The fact that you are aware of it and not trying to make it respectable in your eyes? Huh. That maybe could be like an answer to that. How about... Oh, okay. Actually, I can connect the dots already. Okay, I just figured it out. How about I show you? I let you play through like my rampage. And then at the end of the game, I have like the trial. And I expose every single like point of view about my actions and whether or not I'm like evil or at fault. Huh. Okay, here is another like moral conundrum. You have a best friend, right? Well, one day, hanging on with them at their house, you like accidentally come across like irrefutable evidence that they are planning to kill you today. But they have like shown no hostility toward you. And you kill them first. Were you righteous? Were you doing self-defense? Even though the other one never actually attacked you? You only have like concrete proof that he was going to. You knew beyond like any doubt he was going to. Who is the one that is like the evil one? The one planning the murder or the one who acted before it happened? I make it easy for him. You cannot like walk away from the building without it happening. It will be too suspicious. Like, you don't have a cell phone. There is no phones. There is no means of communications outside of the building. You will not see it as evil? You will strike first but not end them. Interesting. Huh. What if you knew he was not going to be sent to prison? He's the son of a governor, for example. If you let the authorities handle it, he's going to get away with it. Maybe he won't kill you, but he won't be punished either. And there is no guarantee he won't try again. Maybe he would even spin it so you are like the attacker. You know the other person is like acting in malice. But he has done nothing yet. You have no idea? You are glad you don't live in such crappy world? Well. Ah. If you didn't you go to jail? What if that's also questionable? If you do it in a very specific way, you have like this chance of not being like punished. For example, how about you figure out he's actually planning to kill someone else along with you, right? So you wait for him to kill the other one, and then you kill him. That way you can say, hey, I was trying to save the other one, or hey, he already killed the other guy, so it's self-defense. But you will be like sacrificing the other person. You will like keep the secret that the other person is about to get killed. Isn't that interesting? Hmm. 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 Letting the other person die would be evil? Killing him would not be evil, at least not in your eyes? Ah. That's so interesting. Huh. Huh. That's a really, like, nice, like, moral conundrum. Yes. Maybe I should frame it like that. Yeah. I like that. Hmm. Hmm. Huh. Showing like the whole process that led to the rampage, and then letting you like judge me in a like in a court case would be extremely interesting. If he was planning to kill me, I would consider the moment he started planning to be when he started to threaten your life. Hmm. Then I would be 100% like innocent in your eyes. That's so interesting. Wow. I just need to figure out how to like set it up so the judgment is like unique. Or maybe I could like set it up like an Ace Attorney kind of game. At least that part of the game. Ah. Hmm. Okay, anyways, let us go to the game development.
Worst. 3. Stream started. Hello. Hello there. E.
Hello. It's working fine. Nice. It still has the same box, but at least it's working. So yeah, I was like thinking about how to like present it. But the trial kind of version is very interesting. It's a really nice like way of putting it. Okay, so I need to do top and down. That's what I'm missing. Yeah. Oh, I found out about this command that I didn't know existed in let me see, what is it? Yeah. MQ Lake. Yes. Have you guys heard of this command before? This one? In Windows? I just discovered this command today, and it's going to be extremely useful. What it does is basically makes the pointers of the computer point to a specific direction. Like, for example, if you have a folder A and a folder B, and you want it so both folders are the same folder, even though they have like different directories. And whatever you modified in one affects the other. You can actually do it, which is so interesting. I didn't know that existed. So basically, if you have, let's say, C username folder Y folder Z, and then you have folder A. So, and you have something that is like U slash folder I folders O and folder B. You can link them both together, so they are basically the same folder. Symbiotic link? Yes, that exactly. I just figured out how to do that. And that's going to help me a lot. Yes. I discovered how to make a junction. So that's going to be fun. Yeah. It's like make directories for instead of non-directories. Not really the same. It's like a shortcut, the ones you can make in Windows, that lets you like link a specific like folder, right? Something like that, but it's more like a pointer. It's a weird shortcut, yes. The thing about the make link command is that it's not just a link, is a pointer that the computer understands. So if you have any program that is like checking whatever is, let's say on C/folder X, and that folder X inside has one with the link, the system will like actually register the folder as if it was within the correct folder, not just as a shortcut, which is really useful. Yeah. And it's really useful for me, at least. Yes, to the computer basically is just a normal folder. It's just a folder that is like inside like two locations. Mostly says organizing. Yes and no. There is this like weird thing that I can do. So you see, I have this game, right? The one I'm making. And I have a different game that is like the design document of the next game, right? But the games are going to share like characters and lore, right? So I have like this core lore document. It's a folder structure actually. And then we have like project Z1, right? And then I have a project Z2. But instead of like having like the character Mew on both of them. In all three of them, excuse me. Like this. I can just link them as the same folder. So whatever I change in one project will be reflected in the other one. Right? So I can continually expand like my word library like this. And whenever I need them in one of the projects, I can just simply like say, hey, char 5 here also. Yeah. So whatever I change here about char 5 is going to be reflected in the version in the lore core. Yeah. You can do it like that because it's basically a pointer, right? Yeah, and that's really useful because other programs in the system also treat it like that, right? Which is really fucking useful. Because, for example, if I have a folder A and a folder B, and both of those have like this folder linked that is Mew, for example, right? When a program does something over folder B, either indexing or like whatever you run over the folder, it will trigger in Mew, right? And it will also happen if you do the same in folder A. Basically, it's like a portal connecting both folders, which is really funny. Because the OS actually sees the folder as like the same folder. Yeah. So you can do basically whatever operation you can do with the folder with the same structure. Yeah. Yeah, and I can even have two folders here. I could have like the lore right here. And if I go into B, Mew, I can go into lore and modify stuff. And if I go folder A, Mew, lore, I will see the changes reflected there. Because it's basically the same, like, folder is the same information. It's the same space of memory. There is just like two folders, A and B, pointing to the same location in memory space. Yeah. It's really, really, really nice. Yeah. I like it a lot. There is actually different versions of it. Yes. The one I'm using is something that is make their link. I believe is /j, and then you have like the folder you want to link. Some folder, and then you have a source folder, and those two folders become like the same one, and then whatever I change in one, it will affect the other. Well, it's not like it's like reflecting the changes in the other folder. They are the same folder. Yeah. Which is quite nice. Okay, let us work on the animation now. Let me open the thingy. Yeah, it's the first time I figure out how synlinks work. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. I was already working on the down strike, apparently. But yeah, it's extremely useful. I'm glad I discovered it. And the reason I discovered it is because I was like trying to figure out how to do better like information like management, because there was like a lot of information that was like getting duplicated between different games, and I was like, I wish I could just reference the other project or have like this core like wiki of the whole world that I'm creating, instead of like having to like duplicate the character on the other project. Yeah. And then I discovered that. Me. Okay, let me hide these ones and the character. Oh wow. Why is that like that? Where is that coming from exactly? Oh wow, I duplicated. I see. It's in here. Oh, that's weird. Okay, let's fix that real quick. I want this circle. Hello, welcome back. I discovered while trying to organize your terabytes of digital cores. Yeah, I just discovered it, so I cannot really say how much use it actually is, but so far it looks promising. Yes. Indeed. I can just copy this. Okay. So here we have like so we have the slash going like this, right? Maybe I can use this as series actually, and I just like flip it. Why does he do that? I think maybe I need to buy a new mouse. It's like not behaving the way I want it. That is correct, right? It's actually not. Oh. Did it break somehow? Yeah, it moved. Again? Come on. There we go. Yeah, okay. Then I can copy this one. Remove that, place that. Why does it do that? This mouse is like completely broken. Would you morally classify someone who only acts out of orders, regardless of if his orders are good or evil? How would you? That's a difficult question to answer. I will not like classify them like strictly as evil. I will think of them as like cowards. Yeah. If they didn't like question the order, I will think of them as evil. But if they like knew it was like wrong, but they were too afraid to like disobey, then I will think of them as cowards. Yeah. But if they knew it was wrong, if they don't care about it morally, I will classify them as evil. Yes. Then again, I have a character in my story that is based in a person that I know is like a fucking paladin. It's a real life paladin, without question. The dude is like incorruptible and gets into so much shit, into so much trouble because of it. Because mind you, you know the kind of circles I move on, right? So he's like a fish out of water, and he's constantly like getting into trouble because of it. And he's like, I fucking hate him because of his personality. And I can also not fault him. I know for a fact he's like one of the good guys. And he's so fucking annoying, you have no idea. You see, this guy did a test I won't say exactly what kind of test. He did a test. He didn't screw up. There was an accident. An accident, you will say, hey, because of the accident, you are allowed to take the test again, right? Redo it. The issue is that this guy got injured because of the accident, right? The accident shouldn't be like a reason for he to be like disqualified. And yet, because the organizers didn't want to like take responsibility for the accident, they just failed him. They just say, you don't pass. Right? Even though he was not like wrong, they purposely went out of the way to give him the worst like score. Not because he did badly, because he actually was like really good even with the accident. They just were like preparing to make excuses if someone complained about them failing him after the accident, and they like being forced to like take responsibility for the accident. So they preventively like made his score bad, so they could say, hey, he was not going to pass anyway, right? Okay, the guy doesn't even complain because he says, hey, it was an accident, right? So 2 years later, he takes the test again. He fucking aces, like 100, perfect score. Okay, he gets the job. Nice. Okay, he's working, and the guy is like straight as an arrow. But he's not only good like a person, he's good at his job. He loves it, right? But this job is a job rich children use to basically have like this like easy way up the ladder, corporate ladder, and then just jump to a different corporation, right? They basically get here, they then go up the rankings, then once they are up, they transfer to a different corporation, right? That way, they can do nothing, get that really high ranking, and then transfer, right? But this guy is like doing everything perfect. So his supervisors can like really justify not promoting him. So he goes up a rank, and then because he refused to take like a bribe from one of these rich kids, he gets demoted. Then, because his bosses are really like dislike him a lot, the first chance they get, they blame him for something, and then they fire him. He then, because he has a good family, not because he tried to use his family, because just his family acting by themselves to get him back in, right? So he goes back in, he ranks up again, gets blamed by something again, gets demoted, goes back in, ranks again. He's transferred to a hellhole somewhere, like because they don't want to deal with him anymore. But he's such a good, like, at his job. He immediately ranks up the moment he arrives. He like starts like completely like reforming the whole place. The whole place starts like getting profits. He like makes that like hellhole suddenly being like the most profitable like location in the corporation. So one of his superiors goes there, blames him for something, gets him fired, gets the place, ruins the place. Then the superiors like realize like they screw up by finding the other guy. So they go to him, had him come back, not like as a high-ranking officer, but from the bottom as a regular employee, and he has to climb his way up again. And this happens over and over and over. I'm like, what are you doing? Just look for a different corporation. Go somewhere is not like so fucking corrupt. And no, he doesn't want to because he's like this like monster of loyalty. He's like, it doesn't matter how many times you betray him, he will trust you again. He will always believe you. He will never betray you. And I fucking hate him. And he keeps like ranking like almost like reaching like by president of the whole thing and then getting demoted because some random corrupt person doesn't like him because he's like incorruptible. He gets fired, starts from the bottom, and goes all the way up again. And I'm like, holy shit. Ah! Yeah. It's really painful. But yeah, there is that guy. And I know for a fact he's not like evil. But he will never betray you. And as long as like you can like reasonably like make him believe he's doing something correct, he will do whatever you tell him to do. Yeah. He's the only person I know that is like a legit like paladin, a D&D paladin, like lawful good, like rigorous lawful good. So yeah, there you go. Okay, first I think we need to move the arm. Maybe we should make like the shift of the moment. Maybe. Okay, let me lock this. And let's see. The reason he's alive, by the way, is because he has a lot of goodwill from a lot of people. That is, that they are in like really like powerful positions. So every time he gets like blamed by this like heinous like crime or corruption or something, they just come in and like basically protect him, which is quite funny. He either gets like back because they need him, because someone protect him, or because he just doesn't fucking quit. And it's like so like distressing seeing him like do that kind of stuff. Okay, I think I need to move this frame right here. Let me just copy it. New frame. I want this one at the start. Okay. Yeah, he has some fucking willpower that I'm like, holy shit. And that's the reason why he's like really good at his job, because he's like imagine that someone with that willpower apply himself to something, he's going to be a fucking monster. And he is a fucking monster. So he's like so fucking like effective at his job. It's like painful. Yeah. And that's why I hate him so much. Okay, so we start here. That last ring, we don't need it. Yeah, this frame is unnecessary. And I feel like we need more of the starting one. Yeah, we need 2 more frames. Okay. New frame, new frame. And then I need to move this again. I'm like trying to skip through the process of actually making the animation. Yeah, that looks good. I just need to adjust the lash again. Okay. So we go like that.
The, once a sacred place of cleansing and renewal, now harbors a quiet unrest.
That actually made me jump. Wow. I think his story is going to like cause me more like jump scares than anyone else. Okay, now that I have this, I think I can mirror this up here for the other slash. So I can like make it look more clean. So here I can delete this part right here. Right? Actually, maybe I can just do it by splitting this in half. Like that, and I just delete half. That doesn't matter. Like that. Okay. Nice. Can you make a custom entrance for the historia maybe? Probably yes. Yeah. I can make a custom one for historia. Okay, that looks good. Let me lock these two and begin doing the thing with the character. Okay, so first we need to move the sword. So this, I'm going to vertically move and horizontally like that. This is going to end like right here. Right? And I can do the same here. So we have continuity. Here also we need this. Here we need like a middle point. What would be Historia's custom entrance? Do you imagine? Maybe if I like rotate it a little bit. Actually, maybe I just shift it like this. So it goes Actually, it doesn't look bad. Yeah. It's actually quite nice. Okay. I just need the arm to swing with it. Now, let me lock the sword. Arm. Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to grab this color. Ah. Yun. Okay, that kinda looks okay-ish, but I need some improvements. Maybe something like that? Yeah. Hello. Should you flip this word to make it go on the left side? It's kind of natural for you to draw from the same side? What do you mean? Draw from the left side? Huh? It's probably because it's the same character. Also, mind that I also have a shield. Yeah. I thought I saw the sword shielded on the left side. Nope, it's always on the left side. Look. There it is. Yeah. Can I draw it? I cannot. It will be really nice. I should probably make it happen. Yeah. You want to argue, but you're already confused about what? About the sword? Is that what you're confused about? Which side? Is that really that difficult? So we have that slash. You can see it's on the right hand, right? That slash right there. Then the left slash, you can see the sword is on the right hand still. You can see here that the left hand doesn't have the sword. It's on the other side, right? And here I'm just making the hat. Oh, you just extract a bit? Oh, yeah, when I mean right hand, I mean her right hand. Yes. Okay, let's see. Let's remove this. That is on the way. And let me fix over here. And I also need to change the body right here. So remove this. Okay, so up to here, I can just mirror this. And it's the same for the right arm. I can link that. And this also, I can just link it. So we have this. It doesn't look like a slash. Still. It doesn't have like impact. Yeah, not enough body like movement, I believe. Okay. That's going to be annoying. Okay. Higher. Okay. Let's see. So I'm going to need to move this down a little bit. Okay, and on the other side, I need to make it a bit more strength. And I will lift this. Actually, let me correct it manually. And I need to move the body a little bit more back. So this goes up a bit. Maybe one in. Let's see how that looks. Maybe like come on, stop being annoying. No, that looks a bit weird. Let's see, like that. Okay, and I need to modify the body also. just to remove that. Okay. The skirt also needs to change. Let me hide the slash. This is going to be moving forward a bit. And I need this one to be darker. That will move this like that. And maybe I need to move this a bit up actually. Come on, stop being annoying. And the legs. This one I need to push back quite a bit, maybe up to there, and I will shadow that, so it goes from, I forgot to enable the slash. Okay. Let's link this. And let's link this. Okay. The legs also need to be linked. Okay, so we have that. That looks more like a blush, right? Maybe? Maybe not? Maybe some more like dark areas over here will make it, will sell it a little bit better. Does it look good? I feel like it doesn't quite look right. Hmm. Okay, let me fix this. So I need something like that, and then I can have that. Okay, and here I just delete this, and I also need to remove this one right here. What do you guys think? Maybe this doesn't quite look correct. So we have the slash, right? Let me hide this. So there is the slash. Then we start moving. I think this should like come down a little bit. And then this also I can move it down, maybe. Then we go to the next one. And I can just copy this to the other one. Okay, that actually sells it a little bit better, I think. There is a little bit more movement. This one maybe I should unlink also. Unlink. Okay, so we have this, the first slash. Then we go up one. We move this a little bit. Come on. Okay, on the next frame we need to go even like more in. I can copy this frame and then just move this one a little bit more on both sides. So it goes like this. Okay, that does have a little bit more movement. And here maybe I can do a little bit of a nice trick. I just do that. And I can maybe pull this a bit down just to make it more bouncy. Yeah. Is that too bouncy? It looks a bit weird. Maybe this right here was not such a good idea. Yeah, that looks better. How does that look? What do you think? 1 second. My cat wants to leave the room. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. 1 moment. Okay. That's good, you suppose. Maybe the face needs some fixing. Maybe if I do it like this for a few frames. That last bit right there doesn't look good. I don't get the haircut of your model. I won't be able to endure that amount of hair in your face. You see, when I let my hair grow, it was a bit annoying on the neck, having it like rubbing against the neck, right? But it turns out if you keep it that way, eventually you stop like feeling it. Your body starts like to ignore the sensation. Yeah. So eventually it doesn't like, you don't really feel it. It's like when you have like glasses that you eventually forget you are wearing them. And sometimes when you are not, you even reach to like try to grab them even though they are not there. It's the same thing. Yeah. You forget you have them. Yeah. Eventually your body just like filters out the noise. Yeah. Yeesh. It also happens with backpacks and wallets, where you're like, you leave the house without the backpack after like ending your like school life, like you are on vacation or something, and you step out of the house and you feel like something's missing because you have grown used to carrying your bag. Yeah. Yes. It's like a kind of routine thing. Okay, I suppose that actually looks nice. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the same thing for the other one now. Right, we got the slash like that. Now let's do the same thing, but on the other direction. So let me copy this and I will put it here. Really? Come on. Don't be annoying. Okay. This is going to be sword. Up. Okay, so first things first, I need to grab this right here. And I will replace this here. Actually, would it be better for this one? Yeah, I think that would be better. One right here. Right? And we don't need the eyes. Okay, and I believe I can hide the blouse also. I can just nuke this and the arm. The sword here is not necessary also. Let me actually first invert the slashes. So select all and vertical transformation here. Okay. And I do the same over here. Okay. Okay, the blouse can be removed completely. The arm, I believe, maybe can be removed. Yeah, I think it can. just be nukes. Body can be removed also. Okay. Let's call this one foreground. Sword foreground. And I will make a sword background. That needs to be below sword background. And I can just copy this over here just to make the mirror. Right? So we are here. And I can kill these frames. So that way the sword is behind. Okay. Also the skirt is in a weird position. Okay. Let's go to make another layer. Let's call this skirt background. And I will just mirror the other one. And then I can just remove this one to make things look correct. So now it looks like this. I'm just missing like one frame right there. Maybe I should like mirror this. Should I? Yeah, I think I should mirror this. Hold on. I can just do this, right? Yeah, I can. Okay, and I can mirror this one also. Okay, so now it looks like this. The attack is coming from the right. Yeah, so this is also wrong with the sword here. Sword. They should be on the other hand. I can just like that. Okay, imagine you are invading ant every layer. And you realize it's a non-Euclidean space. What do you do? Well, that would be maybe a little bit difficult. I would like first check. First, I need to consider if I would rather like try to get through the layer or not, right? Because if I don't want to, I can just like seal the heavy layer, right? I could just collapse the entrance and leave. Or if I want to go deeper in, I will consider if I go into the mirror dimension, whether or not whatever is affecting the layer is also affecting the mirror dimension. I will check that. And the other thing is that I can always like jump into the mirror, the course mirror, if I want to like safeguard myself. Mind you, the thing about using the course mirror is that wherever I go into the mirror is the same place I need to get out through. Yeah. So that's a complication. So if I'm like, let's say, in room A, and I go into the mirror, in the course mirror specifically, if I want to like exit the mirror, I have to exit through the same location. I cannot like travel through the course mirror. On the other hand, on the mirror dimension, I can enter through a specific mirror and exit through another. Yeah. If someone steals the mirror from outside while you are in, you can't get out. I can't get out. It's just that I'm going to get out wherever the mirror is. So I can, for example, grab the mirror, ship it somewhere, go into the mirror, and like chill in there. And once the mirror arrives at the destination, I can exit. Yeah. Basically, the mirror is like a one-way portal, right? It's like, think of it like a pocket dimension a little bit. Not exactly that, but something like that. Like a bag of holding, maybe. So I can put stuff into the mirror and go somewhere and grab stuff from there. Yeah. If I have to make an emergency retreat inside, yeah, I go in. And technically the enemy could not really get me, but that also means I cannot really move the course mirror. I will be anchored to wherever the place I went into the mirror at the time. Yeah. Yeah, the enemy could steal off the course mirror from the outside. That's indeed correct. That's why going into the mirror as a defense mechanism is like the last thing I would do. Yes, they could like steal the mirror and seal off the course mirror from outside. Yeah, they can. It wouldn't like kill me, but I would like be unable to exit through the mirror. Then again, if you can actually like do that to a course mirror of that caliber, it would be impressive. It would be like sealing Excalibur, for example. That's going to require some power. Okay, so here I'm going to do some modifications. we have the hair right here, and then going to push this a little bit upwards and this side a little bit backwards, and that will delete that up. The void from Hollow Knight. Imagine the mirror was dropped there. It will make it really hard to retrieve. Yeah. But it wouldn't like kill me. Yes. I'm actually would be like very curious about what would happen if the mirror got in contact with the void. It would be one hell of a reaction. Well, I will question if you will survive seeing that happened. But it would be quite the reaction, yes. Also, mind you, if, for example, if you like happen to break into like my room where I have the curse mirror that I left there for some reason, if you steal it and you drop it like wherever you want, the bottom of the ocean or the void or whatever, I can call it to me. I can just literally recall the mirror to me. But if I'm inside the mirror, then I cannot do that. Yeah. I can only recall the mirror when I'm not inside of it. Okay. So that's another like thing to note. I can imagine dropping the mirror just to see what happens. Okay, I can change this a little bit. Let's see. A skirt. I suppose it looks okay. It looks a bit weird, not gonna lie. The Void from Hollow Knight. Imagine the mirror was... Can see the Void winning. I think I need gods. I know for sure that the Void would trigger the curse. What would happen there? That would be quite the question. Yes. I cannot tell you, because spoilers, if that would like either actually like destroy the mirror and had me like stranded on the other side, or it would actually empower the mirror, or it would like completely reject the void and just like bounce off each other. I think that looks good. Let's give it a try. File, export, a sprite sheet. I want this word down. And oh, that actually looks good. Okay. But this will be try attack down. Export. And I want to do the same with the attack up. So attack up. Oh, that looks not correct, like at all. Huh. That is not quite right, which is annoying. You can say with certainty that the boy would attack the mirror relentlessly. The interaction, because you see, there is something very similar to the void in my world. The interaction, I bet, will not be what you expected. How do I make this like work? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how to make this like work. Okay, I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to do this. I'm going to delete the frames extra. I will change the sprite canvas size. I will just say put it on the bottom, and we'll put it 32, 64. That's not what I thought it was going to happen. Like that, okay. Like that, and then I can export this. Sprite all frames. Going up. Export. There we go. And then I just hit undo. Okay. Let's see how it looks in the game. So, sprites. Player attack. Okay, let's modify this. Duplicate. This is the deprecated. And I will open this one to modify.
Beyond the whispering reeds of the valley's eastern shore lies a forgotten cavern, carved not by hand, but by the patient rhythm of the tide.
I think I will add more lore to Historia, because it seems like she's always like saying the same things. It is going to be a height of 64. We have 6 frames. Oh, wait, is this not spaced correctly? Oh, this is actually not spaced correctly. The fuck? Okay. Well. Hold on. Same trick. Delete everything else.
Beyond the whispering reeds of the valley's eastern shore lies a forgotten cavern, carved not by hand, but by the patient rhythm of the tide pods.
That's some patient tide pods. Okay. Okay. And then let's see. Image, import stream image. Okay, 64, 6 frames. This is still broken. Did I not update the thing? Hold on. It did not update. That's weird. Oh, it's maybe because I didn't adjust the frame setting size. 32, 64. Will export sheet. Export. Sprite sheet. Export. Yes. And undo. Okay. You could try using with the slightly modifications just to throw me. You could, yes. Import image down. Open. There we go. Now that's okay. Oh, there is an extra frame at the start. Okay, it looks okay. I don't know why it looks like it has more space than it actually does. Up here, I mean. These look like there is like these big like spaces on the sides, but there is nothing over here. It's very like misleading. Okay, let's do the next one. Image, import, image, attack up. That's 6 frames. There we go. I think I just screwed up.
Legends speak of a hidden order that once guarded these public pools, using water's ever-changing nature to mask truths too dangerous to reveal.
I just screwed up. Shit. Shit. What do I do? Shit. If you're curious, I just overrode one of the sprites that I wanted to keep as like a deprecated sprite because I wanted to like have like the history of the project, and I just overrode one. Fuck. I didn't notice I hadn't like duplicated the sprite. Yeah, it's a player sprite. The attack sprite. The attack up sprite. And because I made that sprite inside Game Maker, not using an external program, yeah, the player sprites are the oldest. Yes. Oh wait, they have to be on the prototype and the other prototypes. Okay, okay, I can just pull it from one of the prototypes. Okay, 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 okay. I will do that off screen. That scared me. Okay, we're good, we're good. There has to be a copy on the prototypes. Whoa, wow. Wow. Excuse me. That would be 32 plus 16 would be 48. Okay. And over here would be 16, 16. Adjust it. So we have, oh, that's not supposed to happen. That's okay. This is not okay. Why is this? Oh. No, that's correct. Oh, it's because this... Didn't I fix that? Hold on. Did I really not fix that? I didn't. What? Hold on. Here that. Here this. Sprite. Canvas size. Put it over here. Let's put 32. 64. File. Okay. And we have the spread working correctly. Okay. File, export, sprite sheet. Okay. And this is anti-cop. Overwrite. Undo everything I did. I'm always so nervous having to like delete the animations on the original file. Image. Import image. Up attack. Convert. Yes. Okay. I should have fixed it. The up attack is a little bit too fast. Let's see. These are way too fast. Yes. Okay. Is it me or it feels like the range is a little bit too high? It feels like the slash is very far. Should I make it shorter? Or does it look okay to you? Like, for example, I believe this is going to be way easier to make. Now that the slash is more like concentrated. right? I don't remember exactly what I need to do. Which is probably not a good thing. It's an okay range. It's not like too long. I kinda feel like it's a bit too long. I was actually thinking maybe on cut it in half. But maybe that's too much. $75%? I mean, if you don't think it's too short, I mean, if it's too long, because it's basically two squares, right? You're like completely covering the next square with the attack. Because it looks a bit like big. Hold on, my cat wants to leave the room. One moment, I'll be right back. One moment. So you think he's maybe reducing it by 75%? That would be like cutting it like right here in range. Like that, pretty much. Just like cutting the tip. And I will have to adjust the whole thing, right? I can adjust it really easily. I can just like do this, right? On both sides. And that's the adjustments, right? And then I just cut the lens over here. And that would be the range. Yeah. I suppose I could like experiment with it. Yeah, it's not like it would like be that difficult. I just need something that feels like fair, but not like too short or too long. And it looks like natural playing the game. Because I could have it like be like just what? Around that range? Right? and you only slash like half the distance. That's what I believe it would like be the most natural. But I don't know if that's too short. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, you can actually modify all the frames at the same time. Oh. So we look like this, and roughly, slash. Hmm. That feels like more natural when it comes to range, but I don't know if it would like feel too short. Hmm. 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 I suppose I will have to experiment. Okay. So we modified pretty much all the different animations for the player. What we are missing? We have the attack. We don't have a hit animation. That would be nice to make. We have the idol. We are missing the shield. That's another important animation. Yeah. Oh, the death, the falling on water, and etc. Yeah. That's another thing I need to make too. Hmm. Hmm. It does feel like okay, the range. At moments, it kind of feels like too short, maybe. Okay, good night, rest well. Thank you for coming. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming. Okay. What to do next? I feel like my brain is not like working properly. Hello. Hello, Disset. Welcome, welcome. Why is this like move to the left? Huh. Or maybe because I mirror it? Hold on, let me check something. Okay. I actually don't know what to do. Another stream for the dash? It kinda is, huh? Okay. Shall I do something about this? I was thinking maybe I should work on the floor. Because it doesn't really look like a forest floor. That's it. Let me save this file as something different. Let's call this last floor. Okay, and what I'm going to do is simply say, hey, this is boom, and then wow. Like that. This is the brick. That's the layer. Yeah, that's the different layers I need. Okay. Let's call this template. Okay, and I will call this grass. We have the dirt. I will put this below the template. Right? So we have a reference like this. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So first anything, I need to make the full thing. So let's see, how about we grab something like this? Is this too much, I wonder? Alright, I need to nuke this one. Okay. So let's see. First, I need to... Oh, wait. Did that really destroy everything? Oh. This. Okay. So we have green here. That's going to be the default. Okay, maybe is that too much of a bright green? Should I go a little bit darker? That doesn't look like anything. I could go for something slightly brighter, just to make the highlights. Does that look like grass? Is it maybe too big? Hold on, let me use this frame right here for something actually. Let me grab the player. Like the entire character. Let me place it here. There is a character. And I'm going to grab all of this and just we just stop flatten. Could you flatten this? Merge down. Wait. No, that's not gonna go that. Okay, let's just merge down. Because apparently this is like not wanting to behave correctly. Just slowly merge down. Okay, then I put this out. Let's call this just mute. Delete this thing. And I will just destroy my evil twin that somehow manifested. And now I can grab my character to use as a reference to make things more clean. At least that way I can now see how it compares. Too big, also too flat. Okay. So how about I grab this and then I shrink it. Okay, so I do half size. That's more than half size. Does that look better? I suppose it looks a bit better, but it still looks a bit weird. I can clean it up a little bit. Just so it's not like so obvious it's repeating. This area looks kinda okay. I also like that for this. Okay. I'm going to move this closer to the center. Right. And then I just fill it out. That looks better, right? And then I can take advantage of the shadows to make actual shadows, like something like this. That looks weird. Huh. Maybe I should like use a different color. What if I just grab this and I just like make like a shade in the edge? It doesn't look good. So just looking for reference. Let me open my folder of references. Images. References. Let's see. Okay, so I have this one. Right? The grass looks really nice, but the direction of the camera is quite different. And he's using like gradients. Huh. I could maybe do something similar. 3 different colors, yeah. And they are using like a single color per You mean try to check in an actual tile set? Okay, let me look for a tile set. Tile set. That's not the correct one. References. Particles. Tile set references. I mean, there is a few ones, but for example, this one right here. This one. this is using tile sets, but I'm like, I see that it's mostly just green and with a few like patches of actual like grass. And it's only on the edges. I suppose that's a way to do it. There is also this one that is a little bit more like zoom in. You can see the difference. The actual like leaves are on the edges, not on the center. So that could be a way to do it. He's also using two different tile sets. There's also this one. Another zoom in. You can see that is like the edges are like quite different on mine. We can also use the OG, this one, the original. We can just like this one. You can actually see the grass is just like a single color with like just like the hint of actually having like something there. So maybe I'm going too complex with this. You can see this is just like borders. It's not like actual grass being seen anywhere. They are using just like the little like leaves thingies here and there to actually like cause like the illusion that they are using actually like grass, but there is like no actual grass anywhere. So maybe I'm doing this too complex. That's basically the thing I just learned. I'm overcomplicating things. The default looks like a Pokemon tile set. It does kinda, yeah. Okay, so given that reference, I can maybe use this one as the default because it's a bit darker. So I can use the rest as actual grass, right? So we start with this like solid color, right? Then first I make this the correct color right here, right? Then I can like use the details to actually make it stand out, like doing the actual like grass edges. I'm going to need another color. Let me go for something slightly darker. Make like to sell the shadows. Right? And I will also not make the edge so uniform. to make the patch more patchy. And then I can like make the shadow like this, just to sell the grass being there. Right? And I can use something slightly brighter to make anything like this. Right? Ah! That actually made me jump. Wow. Welcome, Spy. Bienvenido, Spy. Bienvenido, bienvenido. Hola, hola. How does that look? A bit too square, I would say. Sí. Está perfectamente acomodada para que saque un susto. Let's make it less square. It's a bit too square. Actually, I could sell that. Not so much. How does that look? Is that better, or am I like not quite there? How is that? Huh? Maybe this one right here is a bit too long. This guy? It looks better, but the center is a bit empty. Yes, you're probably right. Then again, should I like make it more patchy? No, that looks weird. I could maybe copy this. And use it over here. I think it's okay because I don't want to like make this more to what to call it. Give it too much texture because we saw in the other like tile set that they basically keep a lot of the stuff like just like a flat color without details. So maybe I should not like try not to go too hard on the having colors thing. Yeah. Oh. Let me actually do all the greenery stuff first. Just to have that ready. Okay. I wonder how do artists actually do this? How do you get to this like style of art? Reference in other works? Maybe. I don't know, I just feel like I don't see how I would like reach that conclusion. So I'm like, how did you do it? How did you do that? Because you see, I not only want to like be able to do it, I want to understand
All
why.
that you are, and all that you run from, has walked this path before.
In-depth tutorials will probably explain things. Yes, but in-depth tutorials also go into concepts that actually I don't understand. Like, for example, for the longest time, whenever an artist said in Twitter or somewhere like that, that was like, yeah, I'm like rendering the image. And I was like, wait, isn't rendering like using a computer to like compute the correct locations where light should be illuminating and bouncing off, and what is the correct like shadows being cast? So is the artist like running a program to like do all that for him? And turns out, no, they are not. They just call it rendering for who knows why, but they are actually like doing everything manual. They just call the process of doing that rendering, which I believe is extremely stupid, because that's not what rendering is. It's not you doing it manually. It's when the computer does it that we call it rendering. So I'm like, the fuck? I always thought like, what kind of programs are like they using that they like manage to come up with these like beautiful looking images? And I'm like, but Blender doesn't have that function. Neither does like Photoshop. Where do they get these programs? Where do they get these like incredible like rendering algorithms that can like make this like hand-drawn like thingy? They're using the pre-computer term for rendering. They should be using the pre-computer term for rendering, but they are instead of using the actual like term we use in computing for that process, right? Which they shouldn't be using. I believe there is a proper like term to actually like call it. Yeah. Yeah. I also believe that's the way to do it. Yes. But I believe that has a name. And I don't believe it's called rendering. I believe they just like... Someone at some point said, oh yeah, there is that like this thing computers do that is very similar. We call it rendering. And for some reason an artist like fixated on the concept and then they started using it as if it was like the correct thing to say. And eventually everyone started using the thing. Yeah. Your OCD makes you start from scratch? That's understandable. Yes. From what I understand, artist rendering means making it look 3D. Not always. Because, for example, even to the art like this, adding the shadows and the details, they call it rendering. And I'm like, huh? That's why I was so confused for the longest time, because these guys are like calling rendering stuff that I don't really believe it qualifies as rendering, which is very annoying. Yeah, that's what they call them today. But I don't believe that's what the original term was. I believe there should have been like an actual name for it before people started using computers. I believe there was an actual word. They just like dropped it for rendering. I don't know why. Yeah, that had me really confused for a long time. I was like, what programs are they using? The fuck? No, it was not a program. It was just them misusing a term. The problem is that most artists are bad teachers. Yeah, I also agree on that. Yes. I have had some really awful teachers of art, not gonna lie. I learned more about color and color palettes from a Minecraft tutorial at an art business and teachers. You see, I suppose I would call it learning to draw, but not really. I was like trying to make a drawing one day, a long time ago. And I believe what happened was that I don't know why I made like this drawing that didn't like look correct. So I was like, what am I doing wrong, right? So I came with the idea of making a negative of the thing I was drawing. I believe what I was drawing was like, what was her name? Mary Sue from Street Fighter is a character that looks like Android 18 from Dragon Ball, but is from Street Fighter. I was drawing her and I just couldn't like get her to look correct. So I came with this idea of just making a negative, right? And my idea of making a negative was to draw shadows, right? I was like, okay, what I'm going to do is, I thought, yeah, I was so clever, right? I'm going to draw the shadows instead of drawing the correct colors, right? And suddenly, my drawing was like almost perfect. It looked like really, really good. And I was like, huh? And only then I like discovered that instead of drawing like the colors and the light, you should be drawing shadows. And every time like I draw with pencil, I'm like copying the shadows or whatever I'm trying to draw. And that's how I like make shapes of everything. Which is, I believe it's kind of weird way of go about it, but that's how I learned to draw. Is that normal, I wonder? That I do it by drawing shadows? I don't know if that looks good or not. It feels like tentacles, green tentacles from the coming out of the ground instead of grass. I don't know why. That like improve it a little bit, doing that. Maybe I should like have like grass moving on the opposite direction. That could like fix some issues. Oh, that actually helps a little bit. Huh. Yeah, it does help a little, which is interesting. Huh. Maybe it doesn't look pussy enough. Maybe I'm just making the grass too long. That's also a probable cause. I'm making the things a bit too stretch too much. Maybe. How does that look? If you see it like in comparison with the character, it still looks a bit too long. Maybe there is like too much like stuff of the same thing. Maybe that's the issue. I suppose that looks a bit better. Maybe I should like extend the grass into the grass patch instead of outside to make it look more clean. Maybe copy this. Preguntaron los muchachos que si... Well, Spy, la razón por la que creé el random es porque no es tanto porque estuvieses hablando mucho de algo en particular, es más porque lo que estabas platicando no tenía like lugar donde lo estabas haciendo. Y luego me di cuenta que no había un lugar donde tú pudieras realmente hablar de eso. Entonces por eso creé el random. No es tanto que sea un problema o una molestia, es que los canales están clasificados de esa forma, a manera de que los que quieran interactuar con ciertas cosas puedan hacerlo sin tener que toparse con cosas que ellos no quieren lidiar. Por eso creé el random. Es más separación que nada. Yeah. How does that look? Better? Más bien, si quieres saber por qué es un problema que lo escribas en canales que no tienen cosa que ver, es, ¿cómo decirlo? Me parece que no sabes cómo expresarte en pocas palabras. Por ejemplo, yo puedo decir, digamos, si alguien me pregunta, ¿qué tipo de mujeres te gustan? Y me piden una descripción física. Yo podría decir, sí, mira, me gusta que tengan esta talla, que tengan esta altura, que tengan esto aquí, esto acá, etc. Podría simplemente describirlo en gran detalle. Pero hay una forma más sencilla de expresar la misma información. Podría simplemente decir, me gustan las que tienen figura de reloj de arena. Y eso explica todo sin necesidad de escribir 3 párrafos. Es más que me parece que tienes problemas para transferir información en pocas palabras. Eso es básicamente eso. Si lo que estuvieses escribiendo fuese menos de 50 palabras en total, entonces no había problema. No es tanto de lo que hablas, es la cantidad de letras que usas. Yeah. Okay, let's see. On this one, I will cut the tip just to make it slightly different to the other ones. And I will do something like that, just to make it look more uneven. Sí, porque es más que nada que es como ruido visual. Es como cuando tienes el montonal de anuncios en la calle que es súper molesto para los ojos. Es básicamente eso. A lo mejor a ti no te tocó la era en la que te cobraban dinero por la cantidad de letras que usabas en tus mensajes. Entonces mucha gente aprendió a decir cosas sin escribir mucho. Por ejemplo, es donde vino las contracciones como no hay problema, NP. Y ese tipo de cosas. Nacieron de que estaban cobrando por letra al mandar mensajes. Chip. Ah. It kinda looks okay, it kinda doesn't. ¿En otros tiempos? Creo que eso sería hasta en 2010 o algo así. Todavía lo estaban haciendo, en México al menos. That actually looks okay. Huh.
Welcome Mega Plays Crossed Swords, please enjoy the stream.
I'm Angles.
¿Tú eres Angles? ¿You are Angles? Bienvenido. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Mega. Yes, we get jump scares whenever someone new joins the chat. Okay, that looks okay. Let me do the shadows now. Okay. That looks okay. Again, it looks a bit like tentacles, which is not what I want. Okay, that helped a little bit. Okay, that's looking way better. What's this stream about? I'm making a game. And I'm currently making the grass for the game. If you're curious, let me show you. Let me save real quick. And let me show the game. Here is what we currently have. We have our character, we can move around, we can attack, right? Also, the game is not finished, so please ignore the empty rooms. And we have this little world that is a bit broken currently, but it works. Yeah. Currently I have like about what? 4 bosses and 2 dungeons? Yeah. Come on. Up. And yeah, we're currently working on the grass. I have this grass, but it's for exteriors. And also, it doesn't look as good as I want it to look. So I'm working on it. Yeah. What language you use until now? Well, this particular game engine has its own language called a Game Maker language. And you can see it right here. Is a mix between a JavaScript and something like Python. Yeah. Indeed. So I have all the code right here. And we're currently working on the grass. Maybe it looks too gamey. Should I change the color? Now that I look back at the other one, I'm like, maybe that's not quite good. Your sister learned JavaScript? It's a really good language. Very famous. Widely used. Ish. Maybe a bit more like that. And I can maybe go deeper right here. Okay, and then I just make the grass leaves stand out maybe. It actually doesn't look that bad. It actually doesn't look that good either. Maybe if I push them together like this. Oh, that actually looks better. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why, but it actually looks good. Hmm. Okay, that looks okay. Oh, yes, Sora? Hmm. I see. Let me finish this square and we will end it there. I can maybe just copy this part. Place it like right there. I can make a hole there and maybe that's something like there. I just okay, that kinda looks maybe not. Okay. That looks a bit confusing. Oh. Okay, that's looking good. Okay. Okay, that kinda looks good. Let me do the shadows now. Okay. Okay, that looks okay. Yeah. Country Calgary? I don't know what you mean with Calgary. If you are asking like where I'm from, I am from Mexico. My accent might be a bit weird because I speak several languages, so it's a little bit like a mix of everything. Yeah. Okay, that looks okay. That actually looks okay. Huh. Maybe I need to fix this. Maybe I can like copy paste this. And remove that. Yeah, that will be a good cover. Okay. How you use the clock to predict? I don't actually know a country called Calgary. In the area where I am. Yeah. So I'm not sure what country you were thinking of. It actually looks good. Huh. Maybe a bit too noisy. Oh, you're from India? I see, I see. Huh. That looks... I cannot tell if that looks good or not. Huh. Maybe if I copy this here. Ah. Copy. Ah. Copy. Come on, let me copy. A few of these. Just to make it so it's not so monotonous. Ah, come on. There we go. Yeah, that does actually help quite a bit. Having like those grass here and there. It looks good for now. What do you mean? Is that a threat? Huh? Why so much work on grasses? Well, because I want the game to look good. No other like reason. Also because my forest temple feels like a desert temple, so I kind of feel like obligated to actually pay attention to the grass. Means you are going to change it later after as you naturally would. I'm hoping I don't, but I can actually see it happening if I improve like my skills on art. Yeah, I can actually see it happening. Yeah. Sadly. Okay, anyways, let us stop here for today. We can continue next time. Let me save. And we will switch.
Too big. Spy.rabbit played Howl.
How? Okay. I will be stopping here for today. And we will be continuing at the same time tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be playing Terraria. Yes. Oh. Tomorrow just Verde Spy. Mañana es tu cumpleaños. Si vienes al directo mañana, te felicitaré. Yeah. Yes, I will be in it for today. I have been streaming for 3 hours and a half. Almost 4. Yes. So if you're interested in my stream or my game, you're welcome to come again on Tuesday if you want the game, and tomorrow if you want just another stream. Yes. Okay, I need to go grab something to eat. I will see you guys tomorrow for Terraria. Good night, bye bye, buenas noches, thank you for coming. Good night, bye bye, rest well. Have a nice day. Yes. Bye bye. Bye.
I mean, try looking at an actual tile set. I was going to ask you to Google search Peak Maker grass tiles. Some are simple but some are complex. The default looks like Pokemon tile set. Limao.
._.xd.
Hola.
Puro XD. Siempre se me olvida la bienvenida Jumpscare. XDDD.
Yeah, bit square.
Mew pensando en todo abeja.
Looks better, but the center is a bit empty. Too complicated? Referencing other works? In-depth tutorials would probably explain things. True. They're using the pre-computer term for rendering. I learned that not starting from scratch helps improve your art. You draw from memory, then look at. My OCD pushes me to start from scratch, so that's why I feel like I was going nowhere. From what I understand, artist rendering means making it look 3D. Oops. Google, in art, to render is to refine a sketch or 3D model into a finished piece by adding details. The problem is most artists are bad teachers. I learned more about coloring and color palettes from a Minecraft tutorial than art videos and teach. I don't even remember how I learned to draw. I think I began by tracing art. Dunno. Maybe it doesn't look fuzzy enough.
Pregunta random, ¿acaso no es mucha molestia si es que en el server llego a hablar de cualquier tema? Creo el canal de texto random XD.
Better. Looks grassy enough.
Sí, pero igualmente también pregunto si no llega a ser mucha molestia sabiendo que mis ideas acaba de describir toda mi vida en pocas palabras XD. Está bien XD. Lo voy a tener en cuenta, cara con el ceño fruncido y la boca abierta. Sí que eran otros tiempos.
I'm Angles.
Hola Ampato. Punto XD.
Hello.
Bienvenida Jumpscare.
Face blue wide eyes I'm jump scared.
XD.
What's this stream about? Face red droopy eyes. Game dev. Also it's time. There are moderators she face blue wide eyes. Oh this typo games. Cool. I'm not into coding but, what language you use till now? Oh cool. My sis learned JavaScript BTI Jumoker XD.
Así ahora que me doy cuenta, la hora cara con el ceño fruncido y la boca abierta.
Country Calgary? I use the time in clock to predict. Sunglasses emoji. I'm from India. Why so much work on grasses? Looks good. For now. It means you're going to change it later, as you naturally would. Okay, good night everyone. OKBE.
Está bien abeja apretón de manos. Hasta mañana, cara sonriente.
Bye, good night, bye bye. Buenas noches.
Yeah, cara sonriente.